Hey everyone, thanks for watching. We arrived in Venice. I've been fortunate enough to travel to this city a few times in the past, so for this trip we're going to explore the main island by seeing sights and attending events that one might not think about seeing or doing on their initial trip here. We have quite a schedule, including among other things, a class that will show us how to make Venetian masks, a quick, inexpensive gondola ride, visits to a few churches I think are must-sees, walking down the narrowest street in the city, and deciding where to eat. Let's jump into some stuff we always wanted to do in Venice and never did on prior trips. And my first event involves Venetian masks. How much are some of these? 70 euros? Yeah, well, we can buy one in addition to the ones we're making. We've purchased masks from local shops, but never took a class to learn how to make them. Here it is. Is it open? Oh, it's open too. We're all set. The best part of taking a class is what you make, you get to take home with you. They may have had a class beforehand. Yeah, they were in the shop with us, weren't they? So you can pick any of these. Okay. You can have a mirror to try them on. And then we can grab an apron and we can go in the other room and start. What's the most Venetian? Ooh, how about one with horns? They have a unicorn.
What do you think?
It fits you, doesn't it? How about this one?
I think it doesn't quite fit you.
It doesn't.
It's too small.
Yeah, some of these are...
One looks like it fits you if you look in the mirror.
Try in the mirror. What do you think he is? I guess he's a devil, isn't he? Why don't I get this one? We don't have one with horns.
Okay.
I think I like this. You choose your mask in the first room of the studio and then head to the back to find your seat.
Red and yellow.
Yeah. Maybe the 26, and I could put like diamonds around the eyes, like gold diamonds around the eyes.
There you go.
And the detail. I think he's nice and red.
You brush, but still in line, okay?
What's yours doing? Oh yeah, very chirpy compared to mine. Ooh, look at that devil. See, he's sort of a happier devil.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think me just doing red and black works. You get an introduction on mask making, then you paint, dry your paint with a warm blower. Remember, the class is only an hour. And then select your coating and any ornamental items you want post-production. That one. Which one do you like? I decided to keep my mask simple with 2 basic colors, and everything went fine. Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. Since mine is a devil's mask, I figured any additional designs would take away from it, so I just added matching colored ribbons on the side. Don't worry if you're concerned about your artistic abilities, or the lack of them. An instructor is there to help you and can even hop in and correct a mistake should you make one. She did for me. So the best options for masks are 1. Buy a Venetian mask made in Italy by an Italian artist, or 2. Make your own Venetian mask with the guidance of an Italian artist who will assist when you need it. If you want to have fun, take the class. Here are our finished products. On to the next activity. Believe it or not, I have never taken a gondola ride. I've been on a Vaporetto and other boats in the lagoon, but to me, the gondola ride seemed a bit too expensive. Well, this trip I finally boarded one, and for only 2 euros. We took a quick gondola ride across the Grand Canal. We may have to wait in line. Depending on what you want to see in Venice, or if you get turned around, and you will at some point, it makes sense to just hop a gondola as opposed to walking to find a bridge to cross, and maybe even getting lost trying to find said bridge. When we took off to find the narrowest street in Venice, and more on that location shortly, it made sense for us to take a budget-friendly gondola with other tourists. Let's climb aboard. The gondola ride across the Grand Canal only takes a handful of minutes. You can pick up this quick ferry service at a few locations. Not my first time on a boat. First time in the gondola. At least one in Venice. Fastest gondola ride ever? Cheapest gondola ride ever? Oh, we're over in what? 30 seconds? 1 minute? Whoa! We're tipping a little bit, aren't we? Well, that's just around the corner. We're on the Merchant of Venice. Oh. All right. That was worth €2, wasn't it? Oh, it was a 1 minute gondola ride, but that was cool. On the Grand Canal, no less. How to take a gondola ride in Venice on a budget. I mean, you could pay €10 to just go back and forth. Will I take a full-on gondola ride the next time in Venice? I'm going to say yes. Sometimes I feel as though people on the gondola are almost on display for other visitors walking on the bridges, but one weekday evening when most of the crowds have gone home, I think I'll try it. Some newer buildings right here. I mean, newer for Venetian's sake. Let's talk more about this narrowest street. As we searched for it in the Cannareggio neighborhood of the island, I had my initial doubts. So many of these streets and walkways are narrow, and how do you decide which one really is the narrowest? Well, I can say that it's this one, and here it is. Is this allegedly it? Oh, here we go. Yeah, they may be right. The narrowest street in Venice. I hope your claustrophobia doesn't kick in. I think there's a thoroughfare as well, but obviously you can come back. This is pretty cool. And here's the canal. Which unfortunately it's up high enough, I don't think I can get the camera out to see what else is there. Oh, shoes are wet. That's as far as I could stretch. Water's fairly clear though. You can see down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost 6 steps. What's the name of this street?
Barisco. B-A-R-I-S-C-O.
Is that Italian for narrow? Let's see if we can. I can fit in this alcove as well. Okay.
Alcoving. That's called alcoving.
It is. Nooks and crannies. Do you have this word? Alcove? Grazie.
Problem.
There it is. Parisco. We've been out and about. Let's now talk about how to eat in Venice. This trip we decided that stopping at a few small restaurants to share a plate of cicchetti and a half liter of house wine sounded like fun. We'd have breakfast in the flat we rented, and then once we started to feel a bit hungry or just wanted to relax and watch people walk by, we'd stop in at a place that looked inviting. Like this one here, which had a really good selection of red wine available and a perfectly sized platter of food for 2. €10. Do you want to... Ooh, they have a Malbec? Do a Malbec? Of course, I guess a Malbec is not particularly Italian, is it?
Yeah. You can get a Montepulciano for 12.
Okay, let's do that then. Ansalota.
Really like it.
I'm sure we will. Who doesn't like wine in Venice? So this was Gorgonzola, black Squid with black ink, I guess. And what was that one? Codfish, meatball, fish ball, and that's the vegan option. But we were in Venice long enough where I couldn't live off squid with black ink and house wine alone. I needed salads, but also needed pizza at times. Now, Venice cuisine really looks to the sea, but no matter where I'm traveling, I always have more pizza than the average person, and well, Venice is in Italy. It's a long way from Naples, but it's still the same country. So much Parmesan cheese, as much as you want. I did see one sign at a restaurant explicitly stating they do not serve pizza, only local cuisine. If you sit down at a table and you don't see something on the menu, don't ask why. Just order what they're offering. If you picked a proper restaurant, I'm sure you'll be happy with what's served. So pecorino, gorgonzola, olives, honey, salami, prosciutto. How do you find a proper restaurant when traveling? Well, you can look online. We've had good luck with Google reviews and TripAdvisor. If you have a favorite site that allows visitors to review and upload photos, then use that one. I still think one way you can't go wrong is to get a few blocks or streets away from the tourists and see what restaurants are filled with locals. Kinda hard to do in Venice, but it is possible. People also say to look for restaurants that have menus only in the local language and not in English. That's also pretty hard to do in Venice. English is such a common second language around the world, and in a place like Venice, which really runs on tourism, you'll see English and other languages next to Italian often. For one location, we looked in and saw gondoliers enjoying their meals. My guess is you can't go wrong if gondoliers are eating here. And with this restaurant, we didn't. If it's good enough for gondoliers in here, it's got to be good. Ooh, vegetable soup. I don't know if they have a carafa. Aha. That looks delicious.
Mongolian, but I really wanted the ragu.
What did you get?
I got the ragu.
One more thing about stopping to eat or drink in Venice. Some days you wanted to take a break and get an espresso or something stronger. It's easy to do that. Here we are enjoying a bottle of Italian beer and a mulled wine. Cheapest. And did you get?
I have no idea.
That's where we are. Throughout the city, there are plenty of cultural events to take part in. One night we bought tickets to a concerto at the Chiesa della Pietà to hear the Vivaldi Baroque Ensemble perform. It was an incredible performance and I think one of the best events to attend in the city. What was pleasant about this was the fact this was Antonio Vivaldi's church when he lived in Venice. I get the feeling it looks very similar to how it did when he sat in here as well. You'll be able to attend one of these concerts at various venues. Vivaldi is one of the city's beloved sons, and they make sure to have his music available for you to enjoy when you're here. Do we recognize some of them?
Yes,
Yes, we do.
I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Since we're talking of churches, there are others I think you should visit while you're here. The first being the Frari in the San Polo district. There's a cavernous open nave, and you'll see plenty of art from recognizable names, including Titian, who created this work, The Assumption of the Virgin in the early 16th century. There's also a monument to the Venetian sculptor Antonio Canova. The other church I feel is worth visiting is San Zaccaria, which has impressive art. Here's a painting by Tintoretto, The Birth of St. John the Baptist. It's in one of the chapels. The main reason we visited this church was because of the flooded crypt, although the day we were here, it was flooded to the point you couldn't go down into it. It was still possible to descend a few stairs and peer in. Up next is a building that used to be a church.
We have not been to this part of Venice before.
It's now a museum housing Leonardo da Vinci's inventions. In prior centuries, it was the Church of St. Barnabas, and is worth a quick mention, especially for those who enjoy 80s blockbuster films.
Here is where The Last Crusade was filmed.
Here is where Harrison Ford and Alison Doody went in, discovered the final clue in Sean Connery's work, narrowly escaped their death in a crypt set on fire, and made their exit by coming up and out of a sewer grate in the middle of people having lunch in the piazza. Another site we wanted to see is this Palazzo.
See, you can buy a ticket and climb it.
So I just scan.
Stand right there and I'll take your picture.
Okay. All right, you come up, I'll take your picture. We're starting to get slightly better views. That would be a nice patio to have in Venice. I don't know why people aren't sitting out there.
We read about this place prior to our recent trip and made it a point to finally see it. There's a fee to enter, and after a fun corkscrew walk to the top, you get some rather nice views of the city and its rooftops. You'll also see the Campanile of San Marco looking back at you.
Oh, wow. So what are we seeing?
The Campanile.
Yes.
The
Basilica.
and the Doge's Palace.
Doge's Palace.
The building dates from the 15th century.
Did you notice it's a wooden dome?
Questa colonna in mezzo.
Press the button.
As you walk around, you'll notice that everywhere you go, vendors are selling items up and down the streets. The Rialto Bridge is filled with shops, and at the bottom of the bridge on both sides of the Grand Canal, there are more shops. You'll also see several recognizable stores like Benetton and H&M and other shops that have some well-made items for sale. This is a tourist town, and with tourists, you'll find all the souvenirs you can imagine.
Wow. Oh, they're way too expensive, otherwise I'd get one. I would wear that to the ski tournament in February. I'd be the envy.
Regarding pickpockets and anything else you need to worry about, I didn't have an issue with that. I've lived in large cities for most of my life, and I'm careful with anything I'm carrying, so I don't worry about those things, but signs did point out that it happens. Just keep an eye on your belongings and don't get distracted.
Well, you can buy t-shirts at every corner and every square.
I will say that when I purchased an item for €3.50 at a market stall to get change for the gondola, I received €1.50 in return. Problem is, I gave the vendor €10. When I told him that, he played stupid like he had forgotten that I had given him €10, and he quickly gave me another €5 back. Not sure if that happens often, as I rarely use cash these days, but keep that in mind, especially if you're not used to using cash or seeing the different euro coins that may not look like US quarters or Canadian toonies. Talking of shopping, let's move to a more optimistic story and leave pickpockets and dodgy vendors behind. You can shop for any souvenir, from €1 magnets all the way up to art in the thousands.
Should I really spend €180,000 on it? It might be a good investment.
Tens of thousands? Yeah, probably. I didn't price this stuff, but these look expensive. Venice has something for everyone, including books. Be sure to stop at the Acqua Alta Bookstore. There are plenty of books in Italian, as well as other languages, and plenty of people shopping or at least walking through the lengthy shop to get a look at the gondola docked in the middle.
Gondola. Did you see the gondola?
It's out that way.
You walk up and around.
If it's busy for you like it was for us, you'll enter and follow the line through the store, up and around the outdoor area, and from there, if you're buying something, you go one way, and if you decided not to buy something, you go another way.
That's kind of cute.
It's postcards.
So many postcards.
I wish they had lines, but they don't. That's the right
Oasis matchbook.
size, but
Cats in Venice. So many cats.
The street it's on is also worth walking down to look at the shops on both sides.
So many other cool shops on this street. So when you come to the Acqua Alta bookstore, stop at some of these as well. I found a really cool pair of corduroy cargo pants. Yes, you heard that properly. Corduroy cargo pants.
Keep in mind that this city is resting on tree trunks pounded into the lagoon floor, and with rising seas, it may not be here forever. You'll likely see flooding during your stay.
Is it flooding already? Sure enough. Oh wow. That's a foot of water already. Up out of the canal. And then it just recedes. Think we can go?
Did you have it on portrait? It was cool.
Wow. That's a lot of flooding. Although we've seen worse here. And we stepped out and we were in a foot of water. You see we have wellies in our flat
I did not see
for when
that.
this happens. Just one pair. Well, one pair that I saw.
On my last trip, the Acqua Alta was high enough where they put out wooden ramps to walk on, and some places you just didn't go.
The tide has definitely come in. Something sure is backing up because the other day, almost the first 2 steps were accessible.
This trip it wasn't that extreme, but you will see the lagoon coming up out of the drains in Piazza San Marco and other areas. Italy is doing what it can to combat this issue. Let's hope that between the work being done and everyone's help in reducing their behaviors that cause adverse effects, Venice will be around for everyone to enjoy, including future generations.
Gondola is basically sailing up the sidewalk. Okay, not really, but pretty close.
Thanks for watching, and please subscribe as I'll be adding more travel videos shortly.